Just recently, I was looking to buy a new desktop computer system, and all the parts that I wanted for this build were decided to the T. However, this time I wanted a mechanical keyboard, and that too wireless. I hopped onto Amazon.in and searched for wireless mechanical keyboards, and to my surprise, there were none. It was shocking. Just out of curiosity, I visited Amazon.com and made a similar search. Here I did found a bunch of wireless mechanical keyboards, but honestly, most of them were from Chinese OEM companies sold by generic brands, which I personally really don't count as a genuine product. I could only find two real wireless mechanical keyboards. One is the Logitech G613 and the other is Corsair K63. It was shocking to find that none of the bigger gaming brands like Razer, SteelSeries, Rocat or Cooler Master had a wireless mechanical keyboard under their arsenal, and I wondered, why is it so? This is Abhishek, you're watching OracleTube, and we'll investigate why wireless mechanical keyboards are rare. Are you ready? Let's get started. To get a hunch of my curiosity and the looming question I had, I googled the same question, why wireless mechanical keyboards are rare, and stumbled onto this post from AZ and Ripper on a Reddit discussion thread which says, all the bigger players rely on volume. They make things that sell in large quantities or large enough of a quantity to justify the design and manufacturing of the product. It's as simple as that. According to the market research of the big players, they don't believe there is enough of a market for mechanical wireless keyboards. It's not that it makes zero sense to have wireless keyboard, it's just that they don't believe the capital invested into developing such a keyboard makes sense financially because there isn't enough demand. Now, this is probably a hit and miss thought. It is true that big companies rely on the demand volume of any product or technology, but a technology like wireless keyboard has been mainstream for over a decade and continuously growing. However, talking about the last part of this post where it says there isn't enough demand, I wouldn't agree with that. Because in Google you can find plenty of forum posts where users want to buy wireless mechanical keyboards but are confused over the fact as to why they can't see one from a reputed brand. To quench my thirst, I reached out to an online friend of mine who is a hardcore gamer, and I asked him the same question. Here's what he said. Wireless keyboards don't provide precision response time. They are prone to lag and unresponsive. I have been using various wireless keyboards from Logitech for over 6 to 7 years, and yeah, I have seen lagging and unresponsiveness here and there. But that is very rare, maybe once a month, where the keyboard starts to lag, becomes unresponsive for a few seconds, but then starts working normally immediately. And manufacturers won't see a problem with that small of an hurdle to not manufacture wireless mechanical keyboards. However, I clearly don't agree on the precision response time or latency thought. To check my Logitech K375S wireless keyboard response time, I visited this website that shows your keyboard's response time, and my keyboard had the least response time of 40 milliseconds. Now currently, as I can't compare it to any other keyboards, I searched online and found this website that lists response time of multiple keyboards, and to my surprise, a well-known gaming keyboard, Razer or Nata Chroma, had a response time of 35 milliseconds, a measly 5 milliseconds lower than my $12.3 wireless keyboard. And if you don't know, the response time of an average human eye is 200 milliseconds, while world-class athletes, F1 drivers, fighter pilots, and championship video game players have a response time between 100 to 120 milliseconds. Hence, for an average gamer to notice a lag of 5 milliseconds is practically impossible. This means manufacturers too won't bother holding up the manufacturing of a product that could be 5 milliseconds slower. So what could be the real reasons why wireless gaming keyboards are rare? With my research for almost 3 days over this topic, I couldn't find a legit reason regarding it, nor any official statements from reputed brand as to why they're not manufacturing wireless gaming keyboards. However, I realized what possible reason can be after I looked at the specification of Corsair K63, which is one of the two wireless gaming keyboards that I mentioned earlier. Now if you look at this particular specification, it says that the keyboard has a battery life of just 15 hours at normal brightness, 25 hours at low brightness and 75 hours without backlighting. That's shocking. Just imagine a reputed brand like Corsair managed to build a wireless mechanical keyboard with only 15 hours of battery. What would be the scenario regarding other cheap wireless gaming keyboards from Chinese OEM manufacturers? Comparing it to Logitech G613, which is Logitech's answer to wireless gaming keyboard, it offers a battery life of 18 months via 2x AA batteries, which is a very massive battery life difference between both the keyboards. Not every other gaming brand can pull off a miracle like Logitech and offer such massive battery life. But when you talk about gaming keyboard, it needs to have backlighting, it needs to have micro keys, and it definitely shouldn't give up on you while you're gaming. And having a keyboard that could only run for 15 hours, and supposing you're in the middle of a multiplayer gaming session, how terrible would it be to look for a charging cable in the middle of a gaming session? Moreover, it takes around 4 hours to charge itself as well via USB 3.0 port. I also came across this video from TechSource that reviewed a cheap wireless mechanical keyboard that had an actual battery life close to just 20 hours or so. So we all can safely presume that lower battery life is the main reason for bigger brands to not put out wireless gaming keyboards. So the question now remains, will we won't see much of wireless gaming keyboards? We would, but it would take time for brands to work on the battery life factor and bring in keyboards that won't die on you within hours of usage. And this is one of the biggest reasons responsible for brands to not bring out a product that won't last long in terms of battery life. So this was it guys, the real reason why wireless mechanical keyboards are rare. If you enjoyed this video, please do consider hitting the like button and comment your thoughts below. Want to see more awesome content from us? Then do hit the subscribe button as well. Thank you and have a great day ahead.